This is as real as it gets. Hiding in my bathroom, no makeup, not sure the last time I washed my hair, wearing these clothes for way too many days. The past few days have been pretty miserable, and I've been wallowing in what I've named my own mini misery. When I started making these videos, I had this concern about being inauthentic or fake and just sharing the glowing parts of life and leaving everything else just swept under the rug. I had another concern of TMI, of just sharing too much information that's still personal or simmering and being processed, or being overly dramatic. And so I'm figuring this out as I go. But ironically, last week I shared a post on gratitude, and then promptly after publishing that post on gratitude, I began wallowing in my mini misery, just complete ingratitude, complete misery, partly grounded in reality, but mostly concocted in my own judgments and imagination. I've done quite a bit of crying, not a lot of sleeping, and a lot of complaining. And I've had two thoughts running through my mind as I am trying to endure something that just feels really hard. And I'll spare you the details of why I'm wallowing in my mini misery, but I imagine if you are a human, then you have experienced or are experiencing this feeling, this thing. And so I'm reminded again that all these wonderful resources and posts and videos and advice and tactics and tools, they are fantastic, but they do not negate the fact that sometimes life is just hard, and it's really not about getting out of the hard. It really is about enduring. And the past few days I've been using all of my energy to just endure. And I would love to say on the other side of this difficulty that I can, fist pump and yeah, I knew it, we'd come out on the other side, but I really haven't felt that way. I've been feeling really pessimistic. And so these two thoughts that keep running through my mind, the first one is birth, the birthing process that I've talked about in my blog that my dear friend and mentor has passed on to me. Birth is not pleasant. And knowing what it is, knowing what's happening in labor, doesn't make it any less difficult and painful. Transitioning into the third phase of labor does not make your pain any less painful because you know what's going on. It's still really hard. And I have felt like I could kind of see what God might be doing by bringing me through this endurance training. But knowing it didn't really make it any less painful. That's the point of it. It's training in endurance. And then the second thought I've had the past few days, I've been thinking a lot about the Israelites. And until now, I've always kind of wondered, why did they want to go back to Egypt? Why were they grumbling in the desert? And then I started thinking about Israelite women with children who were pressed against the sea and saw the waters part and walked through those miracles. And wow, that must have been amazing. And then they're in a desert. And I cannot imagine any of that was easy or enjoyable for anyone, especially a woman who longs to nurture, and for children who probably had a hard time. So I've just been admiring the honesty of Scripture, that it does not paint this glowing report of these women, these people filled with faith who, when they were up against it, they just kept going. No, it was hard. And they needed to learn to endure, and some did and some didn't. And so my past few days of mini misery are reminding me again that life can be really hard, and God is training us, and that doesn't make it easier. It just gives a vision for what could happen if I endure this, and if I learn the lessons, what might be on the other side, what promised land might be on the other side. So if you are in a mini misery, know that you are not alone and that it is hard, and I can understand. And I'm cheering all of us on because, I don't know, I'm not really inspired by perfect people who are always happy. I'm inspired by people who endure well. And so I hope that will be us. Okay. Thank you for listening. Bye.